Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. Today I have a fun one. Now, they're all fun, but this one is extra fun. This one is going to be just in time for the December month, for all of your holiday gift giving, all of that jazz. I think that this is going to be a super fun project to do to kind of keep you on track and maybe gift it to someone before the month starts. This is going to be our little desk calendar. And I didn't know whether I wanted to do the actual just month or if I wanted to do like the tearing of the days, you know what I mean? And I just thought that let's do both. So I got out all of my Tim Holtz Christmas stuff. This frame is actually, this window frame is actually from the last, I don't know if it's in the new one, but this is from the last 2023 Christmas chipboard ephemera pack. And so look on the inside. So I did splatter it with some white calligraphy ink, and that's this one. And I will link everything that I can down below. And then I added the little fireplace on the inside with the little girl. I colored her up a little bit and just added fun stuff around it. And then look, this is the back. I added chipboard to the back so that it was a little bit more stable. I added this, the ribbon, so that that's as far as it's gonna go and it'll stay standing on your desk. And I just covered it up. I covered everything up. Isn't that cute? And so this I did perforate up here so that you can rip it off as the days go by. So yeah, I stamped all of them. So you have all of them up to 30. Oh, I did 25 in the red, which I thought was kind of cute. And so fun, right? Okay, so the stamps that I used for this is actually this. And this is just a set that I got from Temu, I think it was, or Amazon. I don't remember, but I'll link it down below. And so it has the alphabet and the numbers in here. And then for the numbers on the dates, the actual day numbers, I used this one from Curiosity Shop. And it's actually super easy just to do one at a time. It wasn't hard at all. I was going to actually cut them, separate them and cut them apart, but oh, I couldn't get myself to do it. I couldn't get myself to cut them apart. So, actually it wasn't bad. It was super easy to go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and did all of them. Now I ended up having a stamp set that has all of the days of the month and the months in this really pretty script. And this, I can't tell you where to get it because this I actually thrifted it from Goodwill. And so you could see here June, this one's December. And so I thought that these would be perfect. I haven't used them. And so then you have your, oh, this one says family. You have your days of the week too. Let me see. Let me get one. What is this, Thursday? Yeah, see? And so I was able to do on these. So this one, I just put December on the bottom of all of them. And I actually did a little bit of holly. And that is this stamp set that I got from Michael's from, gosh, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. But it's just that little holly right there. And I got it on clearance. I think I got it for like 50 cents or something. And yeah. So there it is. And so I have all of these done. Now this one, I did decide to do the day on the side and then the month on the bottom. And then this one, I did stamp some poinsettia with some pine, little pine branches on all of them. And so they all have them. And the paper that I'm using, it's just little deco paper that I actually had that was already cut up to size. So none of them are the same. Look, they're all different. And so I just thought that that was kind of a fun way too to kind of maybe use up your scraps. Now these, let me tell you what the size is. These are about 2.5 by 2.5. So that's the size of these, 2.5 by 2.5. And then this, when I made them, I just I made about 3 of them, and then I printed them out. I copied them, I scanned them, and I printed them. And this is about the same, a little bit bigger. So it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. So there's that. So I couldn't, I needed it to be this size. I couldn't do it this size because it was too, I needed it to be a little bit wider. And so there it is. There we have it. So we're going to make one of these. I'm so excited. But instead of using the Tim Holtz stuff that I used on this one, I am going to use digitals. Now, I know everybody doesn't use digitals. That's why I wanted to show you this one, so that you can use what you have on hand. And I had this stuff. This is the Tim Holtz Christmas ephemera pack and his background papers. But I also wanted to use digitals that was sent to me by Lorna with Tailor Made Journals. And she sent me her digital kits. I am obsessed. Look how gorgeous these are. So I did print out, she sent me a bunch of her kits, but I printed out the ones that were more for the season. And so I printed out these. I try to get a couple of each that I thought would be good examples. But these two are from Belle Noel, and I'll link all of those kits down below. These are from, look at how cute these are. These are the Christmas elves. There's a name for it, Mischief and something, I forget. But these are her little elves. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, I'm obsessed. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then these are the snow angels, I think. Look at how pretty. These are, no wait, these go with these. So these are Skate, I think it's Skate Among the Stars. I think that's this set. So here's this page. And this is just a slight preview. She's got pages and pages of each of these kits. But look how cute. So I've already cut into this one because we're going to use those. And then here's a couple of the, what is this one? Snow Days, the vintage photos. They're just called Snow Days. And aren't they beautiful? Oh, I wanted to print out more, but I needed to get ready for the video. So let's go ahead and get started. Look, this is what I'm telling you, what I did. So I have a bunch of them already here, already ready to go. So we got that going. Now I'm going to be making, and I've already cut everything out, trying to get everything kind of already ready to go. But look, I also used a couple of her Shabby Christmas, I think it is, her background wall. I call it like wallpaper, but it's like backgrounds. And so they're full pages, and look how pretty. I've already cut them down to size, and I wanted to use this. I wanted to do neutrals for this one. Isn't that beautiful? And so we're going to do neutrals on this. I do have this perforated, and I didn't finish them. So let me finish these really quick. So what I do to perforate them is, and I've gotten questions about this before. They're like, no, don't. You're going to mess up your scoreboard. No, I'm not. I've done this so many times, and there's nothing going on with my scoreboard. So this is all I do. Now I did a few at a time because this is just regular thin like copy paper. And so that's all I do. You got like that, you get a straight line. I've been doing this forever. The first time I did it, people were kind of like saying, no, you're going to ruin your scoreboard. But I promise you, you're not. And I have seen other people do the same thing too. So, so it's fine. So there's that. I just wanted to kind of give you that little tip because, I think I started doing this the beginning of the year. I think it was January is when I did a project using this. and I love it. I've been doing it ever since. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I am going to put these together and I'm going to staple them. And so I'm not going to show you how to do this. You just kind of use whatever you have on hand. I just happen to have, I do have other stamps, but I just liked the way this looked. This style of numbers from the Tim Holtz set. And I'm just going to use my regular little, see? It barely goes through, but it goes through. So that's all I care about. Okay, now I am going to use the back of my tweezers to just kind of push that down a little bit. Okay, and this is ready. I do have one that I've already inked. Where did it go? Okay, I have that one over there. I do want to make, so this one's going to be for the desk, but I do want to make one that you can put in a journal. So hopefully we'll have time to do that. So let me get, let me get my corner rounder here. Let's do this one. I just want to corner around these edges. And then I'm using Vintage Photo to just kind of ink this up. Okay. So there's that. Now this is just the regular craft paper. Now this is going to measure 5.5 by 8.5, but I did it 8.5 because I did this trim on the top, and this trim is just using this. I used my little, it's a Martha Stewart. This is when she had her stuff at Hobby Lobby, and that's where I got this from. But yeah, I just used this and I used it on the top. This one on here is actual dye. If you're going to use a die, you need to make sure that it only is going to cut the top and it's not going to cut the bottom. So you just need to kind of keep an eye on that. But I did just use a punch and it works just as fine. And I did do the chipboard. And if you're going to do a trim like this, then the chipboard needs to be smaller. And so I did it to where it's just a tiny bit smaller. And so this is going to measure 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. That's if you do this punch here on the top. Otherwise, you can do it all the way to the top. So there's that. This is going to be the back and this is going to be the front. So it's going to go like this. But we got to cover everything first. So I'm so excited. Okay, I've already inked everything. We're just going to put it together. Okay, so we're going to just put this here. So I'm going to get my glue here. I should have what was I going to say? I feel like this is stuck a little bit. Yeah. I should have refilled my bottle. But that's okay. We'll be fine. Let's leave that laying down. And I'm just going to cover this. Doing that. Okay. And then I have to figure out where I want this because this has to go down here. Now let me ink just on the sides here. I'm just going to do around the top ones. I'm not going to do anything other than that. And I'm going to leave the little silver staples. I'm going to leave that like that because I feel like it's supposed to look kind of vintage, and you know, silver, it's like the whole vibe. That's supposed to be, it's supposed to be silver is what I'm trying to say. So it's gonna go like this, and then I wanna put this up here. So I think I'm gonna put these down first. So like that, I know exactly where I want my little person. So let me kind of put this down about there. Hopefully that's straight. Now you can go online and just print out a little calendar for the month of December, but I wanted to do it because I'm a crafter. That's what I do, right? I need to make my own of everything. So we're gonna go ahead and put this down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and glue down the 31, the last day, because it's the last day. Why are you gonna rip it off, right? And so I'm just gonna glue this down here. About there is good, I think. And then this is gonna go here, but I do wanna put like a little bit of a trim. And so I have my glue gun out, but I'm thinking that this would be fun, right? Maybe to put on the sides like this. So I think I'm gonna do that first. We'll put this on. Isn't she cute? Oh, so good. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do, I did round the corners, but now I'm thinking I shouldn't have done that. It doesn't matter now. But we're gonna do just a small line of glue here. I'm using the hot glue gun because I'm using this trim, and so I don't want it to, I want it to glue on fast. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna have to trim this. Let me get my little scissors here. Okay, so I'm just going to do it. Let's do it like this. Is it this way? No, it's this way. So then we're going to do this way, like that. Oh, it didn't stick. Hold on, let's try this again. See if I can take this off. I don't know what happened, why didn't it stick? Okay, let's try this again. I think I took too long. But I'm still thinking that it's better. I'm gonna do it. Is it this way or this way? I think it's this way. Okay, let's get it ready. Let's try this again. Okay, let's put this down. There. Now it took. Okay. Now let's do the other side. I think I'm going to go ahead and measure out this. And I think we're going to cut it right here. So let's do this. Put this down here. Okay. Isn't that cute? And I think I'm going to do more, but I'm going to do this way to come like this, and then maybe, do I want it this way or this way? I guess we should stick with it this way. Okay, so we're going to do that to here. So we're going to do the top. Put that down quickly. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. I need to keep that on the little stand thing or else it stops heating up. And then we're going to do this down here up to here. And then if we need to trim off little things, we will. But oh my gosh, I love it. This idea actually came from my husband. I was telling him, I go, oh, what should I do this week? Something different that I've never done. And then he says, well, why don't you do a calendar? I was like, a calendar? How am I supposed to do a calendar? And then he goes, I don't know, you figure it out. Because I'm just giving you the idea. And so then I thought, oh, should we do a countdown calendar or just a month calendar? And then I thought about it and I said, well, maybe not countdown, but because a countdown goes in reverse, right? But just like a daily calendar and then the month. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. Okay. Now we can put our glue here. So I'll make sure that I leave measurements to the base because the decoration is probably just going to be whatever. Is that straight? It's straight enough. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at how cute that is. Okay. Now we have to do the back. But the back, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one. Okay. Isn't that pretty? So let's go ahead and put this. And then once we have everything done, then we'll go ahead and we'll cut down the little stand. So let's put this here. And I did make it a tiny bit smaller, the paper. I cut it a little bit smaller because I still wanted to be able to see the trim of this. So there's that. Oh, I love it. And that's going to go here. But we need to cut it first. Okay. So let's see. Let me use this kind of as a guide because I did, this is going to be, let me tell you how big this is. This is going to be 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. So let me see. I'm gonna mark it. Wait, this isn't even inches. What is this? I just got this and it's not inches. Oh, it is. Wait. Oh, okay, it is inches. It's inches on this side. I was like, what is this? Because look at all that. So I was like, oh no, it's not inches. But it is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what did I say? 2.5. So if it's 2.5, 1, 2.5. So 1, 2.5. So we do it here. That's about right. So I'm marking it at 1.5 and at 4. It's going to be a little bit off, but I think it's going to be okay. Just a little bit. So let me mark it down here. So I think maybe about here. And maybe here. Let me see, what is this? 1.5. And this is 1/4. I'm trying to kind of guesstimate here. One and a half. Okay. So I'm just doing 1.5 on each side. So it's here and here. Okay. So I'm just giving it 1.5 on each side, and that's going to be our little stand. So now I'm going to get, I think I'm going to get my taller T ruler, because that's going to give me a straight line. And we're going to cut it up to, let me tell you, this is at 5.5. 5.5 all the way up. Let's see. 5.5 is here. Just to kind of give myself an idea of up until where we're going to be cutting. All right. So let's set that off to the side. And here is the first one, up to 5.5. Probably don't need it that tall, but where is my blade? Okay, so we're gonna do here. Let me see. I'm gonna refer back. Yeah, I think that's good. Right? I'm second guessing myself, and I shouldn't do that. But yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna put it up to 6, so I know where I'm going with this. So I'm just going to cut this until I go all the way through. Now you can feel when you go all the way through, and there I did. Okay, and then we're gonna go on to the other side. About here, and then again at 6, and just going down. Making sure it went all the way through, and there it is. We put this back over here, and there is our stand. So here I'm going to use, let me see, maybe my little metal ruler here, and then just kind of help this crease up there. See? And there, it's ready. Now here I did just cut a little bit on the corners, so I think I'm just going to do that here because it just looks better. Just a tiny bit. Okay? Just because I think it looks better, not because you have to. It's just a preference of mine. Okay? And just ink those corners. Gonna ink here. And then we're gonna ink in here and in here. Okay. Now we can go ahead and put this on. I did want to put a piece of our scrap piece in here. I think that would be pretty. So maybe cut this down to size. So it would be about here. And about here. So let me cut this. I think I could use my little trimmer. And cut this down. Cut this down. Is that gonna fit in here? Did I cut it too much? Nope, perfect. And cut this down. Just trimming off the edges. Now let's see, does this fit? It fits. Yep, it fits. We'll just have to trim off the corners, but I am going to ink. Even though probably nobody's going to see it, but let's go ahead and glue this down. It is so windy outside. The wind is howling, like literally howling. I have a covered porch. It's like screened in, and it's trying to it's trying to howl through the screens. Okay. That working? Okay. Now I'm just going to trim off these edges. And on this one. Now you can tell I didn't go all the way down, and that's okay. So there's that, only because you might be able to see it. Not a big deal. But this one we are going to do, but we're going to do it after, because we're going to put the little ribbon on it so that it won't go too far. And so this we're going to glue. Come on. You can hear the birds outside. We're going to glue this, and we're not going to glue the stand part. Okay. Come on, why isn't it coming out? Don't tell me it's done. All right, let's put this on like this. Put this like this. Wait. No. It went a little bit too crooked. What is happening here? Why isn't this glue coming out? Come on. Work with me here. Let's try this again. There it goes. Okay. Now let's try this again and try to center this so that it's even Steven on both sides. Okay, I think that's about right. So let's go ahead and flatten that out. Making sure we get everything pressed down. Okay, we probably could have decorated this at the end just to be able to press that down further, but it's okay. Still worked out, see? Now see, we don't want it to go too far down, so that's why we're going to be using some ribbon. And I have this one, and this one again is just old Christmas ribbon that I got on sale. So hopefully this is not too thick, otherwise I might have to use another kind. Oh, it's not too bad. It looked thick, but it's not. So we're just going to use a strip of this. And then we're going to put this in like this. So it's going to go in like this. Glue that down. And then we have our stand. So what we're going to do is glue this down here. So let's just glue here. I put plenty of glue on there. Trying to get this around the center. Okay. And now I need to see how far I want this to go. So it's going to be about there. So about here. I'm just estimating, guys. There's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of estimating what I think would be good. So I'm just going to put glue here. Put that here. This might be a little harder to glue down because it's glitter. Okay, and then keeping that at the same, we're going to glue this like that. So let's go ahead and put glue. And then I'm going to fold this under, making sure I have this where I want it. And there we go. Now I can add a piece of scrap paper in the back of this. So maybe this one. Let's see. I probably should have measured this out before. Measure it out before. It's okay. We could do this. We should have put this in before. We should have measured it before. Okay. So measure it before you do this step. And I'm going to just mark it here. And then let's go ahead and cut that piece off first. And then we can see. Let's move this. I don't need this here. So let's trim this off. And then I can see exactly where this needs to go. Okay. And not too bad. Let's do it about here. Use my little one. Is that where I marked it? Yeah. I'm not going to bother with that trim. Nobody's going to see it. But I am going to ink the sides here. And I'm going to add glue here. And then we're just going to stick it in. And add this right in here. making sure we got that. And then we're going to flatten it out. Make sure that this is glued down pretty well because we don't want that to slip out, and it won't. It's glued on both sides. And oh my gosh, how cute is that? There it is. So it has paper on both sides, and then you have your little back here, and then this is our front, and it stands like this, and there it is. Is that the cutest thing? Okay, quickly, let's do the little bookmark size. So I have this already cut out. This is at 3.5, right? Yeah. This is at 3.5 wide. Now we're going to figure out how we want to do this, but I want to use this little girl, and I'm going to put this like that. But I want it to be a little bit better. And I'm going to be using this paper, and this is just the paper from Michael's, the Gala. And so I'm using a piece of this, and I'm just going to use it just kind of as a little border here. And so I'm going to put that in the back, and then we'll figure out the measurements afterwards. But I think I'm going to do it about like this, and let me mark it about here, and then about here. And then I'm going to do the same with the month. So we're just going to do the month size on this. So let's measure this here, and then cut this part here. So it's just going to be a little bit of a backing. I think I'm going to round these edges. So let's do that. Oh, she's so cute. So we did the traditional red and greens. I did the neutrals, and now we're going to do the fun mint, the mint and pink. So let's just lightly go around the edges again with vintage photo, and then we're going to do around this one too, just a tiny bit. I don't want it to go too dark. Okay, and then we're going to cut this one out the same, and we'll do that about like this. So let me mark this one about here and about here. Okay. Now we're going to corner round this as well. And ink these edges. I think I need more ink. Let me get that from under here. And let's see how we're going to do this. Okay, let's go ahead and glue these on. So I'm going to glue this on. Here. Trying to get it a little bit centered. It's close enough. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this one. Now, if you want to make a smaller one, you know, cut her in half. But I want to use the whole image. Now I cut a bunch of the month out, And I think I'm going to be making a bunch of these now because they're so cute. And put this about here. It's not as centered, but it's okay. Now, I think I wanted to add like a little corner punch here. Let's see how that looks. Oh my gosh, it doesn't want to go through. Ugh, there it is. Oh, pretty. This is like super heavy cardstock. Oh, but I love it. That's so pretty. Yep, I like that a lot. I can maybe even put like a little something on the top there. And then put this. Oh, darn it. It's going to cover it. Let me see. How far up can I put this? I can put it like this so that I can have space for this. And then just round these corners. Let's do that. Just round these corners. And I am going to be covering just a tiny bit of that punch. But again, you don't need it to be this big. You can always trim it down. We're still doing pretty good timing, so what if we did another one that's a little bit smaller? Because look at that. Oh, so cute, right? Let's do it. Put this, I have to do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it like this, about here. Okay. There's that. And then we're going to put this down. Now, it would have been shorter if I didn't do that corner punch, but I just think it looks pretty. And putting this here on the bottom. You can even tape this to your wall, pin it to something, put it in a journal. If it's too big, like I said, we can cut it down. But, so cute. Let's do a smaller one. Let's do a smaller one. Let me get out some more of that paper. Where did I put? I have some more of this paper. So we can still, should we do 3 inches if you wanted it smaller? Let's do 3 inches. Okay, so let's keep it there. 3 inches. And then let's do, let's see what other image we can use. It's got to be a smaller image. Something that I could cut down a little bit more. Maybe one of the angels or one of these. Maybe like something like this, since I can kind of trim that down. Let me see. Or maybe even one of them, the girls. Aren't they gorgeous? Let's do one of them. Keep it with the traditional colors. So let's cut one of them down. Again, this is from the Belle Noël collection. So which one do I want? Let's do her, the one in the middle. So let's trim all of this off first. and then trim here. I don't need that one. And then we'll trim here. This is the one I want. I think I cut out more of my... I thought I did. Yeah, I cut out more. Okay, so we're gonna do 3.5. That actually works out perfect. But we want to do it shorter, so I think I'm going to cut right under. I know it's going to take off some of the poinsettias. Poinsettias? What do you say? How do you say it? Let me lift that up all the way. Look how cute. Okay. Now with this, we can do a little bit something more traditional as maybe a backdrop. Let's see. This one? No. Well, let me see. No, I kind of want something maybe in red. Maybe just this plain red, right? We can just do a very thin little... Would that still work? Yep. We'll do a small red border. About here and here. So let's get this, do it this way. And this way. So that's for that. And then for this one, let's go ahead and measure out. Again, a small border. Measuring it out about here and here. So let's cut that down. Save all your scraps. You can do a cute master board with all of those. Do I want to round the edges? Probably. Around the edges. Then we can ink everything and then put it together. It's going to be super cute. Oh, and this one. I printed them on white cardstock, just the regular weight. I don't know what the regular weight is. I don't know about the pounds and everything, but just regular cardstock. It's not heavy or anything like that, but oh, they're so pretty. Okay, let's do this smaller one, just to kind of take off a little bit of the white. And do the same with this one, and then we can trim that down too. We'll just round the edges on this too. So let's just do the top first, and then we can figure out exactly what size we want it. So let's glue this on first. So we'll glue this on here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, and then ink around this. I have a little piece of paper stuck to my sleeve. Okay, we already did this one. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I wasn't really planning on doing anything like too Christmassy so soon, but I wanted to do these before everybody, you know, before the month started. So like that, if you wanted to make some, you can. Let's go ahead and glue these down. And so you'll have some ready for when the month comes. Because I think that's what everybody's doing. They're just kind of preparing for the month, for the holidays. Is that about centered? Yeah. So pretty. I keep saying that, but I think it's beautiful, isn't it? And then we'll go ahead and add this one to the bottom. And then try to center this, just leaving a little bit of a gap in between. And then we can cut this down. See, these would be really pretty to put in your journals. And then we'll just cut this down, leaving a little bit on the bottom. And I'm gonna round the edges here. Barely made it. Cutting the edges after the fact. But there it is. We did 2 of these and a large one, under an hour. But of course, I did have everything already set up. I will link everything that I can down below. Don't forget to check out Lorna's digital kits. She sells them on Etsy. They're absolutely gorgeous. And this is just a sneak peek of what she has, you guys. You guys have to go and check it out. But there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget the one that I made, my first sample, Tim Holtz. If you guys are more this vibe, then there's that. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.